We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Hey Amud Aleph and Meseches Bava Metzia. This is Bava Metzia Daf 45a. The Gemara is now bringing a statement of Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said, "Asr lelavos dinar b'dinar." It's asr to lend one dinar for another dinar. It means to say a person cannot lend a golden dinar on the condition that he's paid back in a golden dinar. Rashi explains, "Asr lelavos dinar b'dinar shema yokiru." The issue is maybe golden dinarim will go up in value. V'yavo lidei ribis, and then it's going to be like interest. Again, the idea is just like you're not allowed to lend, let's say, one saw of chitin, that the person should pay back a saw of chitin because wheat can fluctuate in price. If it goes up in price, you can have a problem of ribis. The same is true by a dinar zav, by a golden dinar. Over dinar zav ka'amar, we're talking about a golden dinar, says Rashi, kidim efarash v'yazal, as we will explain. And so it's clear from this statement of Rabbi Yochanan that a dinar zav, a golden dinar, is not considered to be like money. It's not considered to be like currency. And this should shed light on the machlokas we had in the previous summit between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. There was a machlokas amoraim within that machlokas. What exactly is Beis Shammai saying? Beis Shammai was certainly saying that the golden dinar is not going to be considered currency, but the question is it not ever considered currency, or is it just not considered currency relative to silver? And so it seems from this statement that Rabbi Yochanan is saying, as the Gemara will now say, Rabbi Yochanan is saying within Beis Shammai that it's not considered to be currency at all, as the Gemara now explains. Dinar demai, what are we talking about here when we say a dinar? What kind of dinar? Ilema dinar shel kesef. If you're going to say we're talking about a silver dinar, but dinar shel kesef lagabe nafshe miikol mandamar lav tiva have. When you're talking about a silver dinar relative to itself, does anyone say that that's not considered money, that that's not considered currency? Elapshita, rather, it's obvious. Dinar shel zav, but dinar shel zav. What's happening is the person is lending a golden dinar and he wants to be paid back a golden dinar. And so the Gemara says, Ulaman. Now, who is Rabbi Yochanan talking according to? Ila Beis Hillel. If we're talking about Beis Hillel, ha'amri tiva have it. They said on the previous summer that a golden dinar is considered to be like currency, so it can't be Rabbi Yochanan is going within Beis Hillel. Elolav leBeis Shammai. Rather, it must be Rabbi Yochanan was saying within Beis Shammai you can't lend a dinar zav for a dinar zav. Ushma minor Rabbi Yochanan hu da'amar ein mechalin. You see from here that it was Rabbi Yochanan, not Reish Lakish. It's Rabbi Yochanan who said within Beis Shammai that you can never redeem the produce of Ma'aser Sheni on golden dinarim because the golden dinar is never considered to be like money. And the Gemara continues, Lo no, liolamei malach. Really, I'll say to you, Rabbi Yochanan hu damar mechalalinan, that Rabbi Yochanan is the one that would say, according to Beis Shammai, that you could redeem the produce of Ma'aser Sheni onto golden coins. V'shani halva, but it's different by a loan, meaning when you're trying to lend one dinar of gold for another dinar of gold, that already is problematic, even though relative to peiros, relative to produce, it's considered like currency. Why? Kevan delinyan mekach umemkar, since in terms of buying and selling, shavinu rabbanan kipeira, the Rabbanan say that golden coins are considered like produce when it comes to buying and selling. What that refers to is if you have relative to silver, let's say you're exchanging silver coins for golden coins, then the golden coins are not considered to be currency. They're considered to be like produce. They're like metaltalin. We say that it's the golden coins that are fluctuating, going up and down in value, and the silver is the one that is the money that's considered stable. So since we say that, legabe halva nami, so when it comes to loans as well, pira we consider it to be like produce, and just like you're not allowed to lend produce in exchange for produce, that the person will pay you back the same amount of produce, because again, the fluctuations in price, that makes it like interest. So that's the same thing is true when it comes to dinare zav, when it comes to golden dinarim, and that's even though, again, when it comes to redeeming actual produce of Ma'aser Sheni, Rabbi Yochanan would say within Beis Shammai you could redeem the produce of Ma'aser Sheni on golden coins. And the Gemara says, Hachanam mistaber, it actually makes sense to say like this, meaning it makes sense to say like this within Rabbi Yochanan. The Chiyasa Ravin Amar Rabbi Yochanan, because when Ravin came, he said that Rabbi Yochanan said, Afal Pisha Amru Asr Lalavos Dinar B'Dinar, even though they say that you can't lend the golden dinar for golden dinarim, Aval Mechalal in Ma'aser Sheni Allah, but you are allowed to redeem produce of Ma'aser Sheni on coins that are gold. Shema Minah. So you see from this that we do make that distinction. And the Gemara continues, Tashma, come in here a proof, and this is also from the Mishnah in Ma'aser Sheni. Haporet sella mimos Ma'aser Sheni. Let's say a person has money of Ma'aser Sheni. This is talking about when he has copper coins of Ma'aser Sheni. He redeemed the produce on copper coins, and now he wants to take the copper coins and exchange them into silver coins. So there's another machlokas, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai omer b'chol hasela mos. Beis Shammai say you take the copper coins and you fully exchange them onto a sella of silver. Beis Hillel omer, but Beis Hillel say no, you shouldn't fully exchange. exchange. Rather, you do b'shekel kesef, just 1 shekel will be on silver, and b'shekel most, the other shekel will be the copper coins. We'll see Rashi in a moment. In any case, the Gemara now brings its proof. Hashta now. Lebeis Shammai legabe pritim v'chalalinon. What Beis Shammai here is saying is that you do have copper coins, that you redeem the produce of Ma'aser Sheni onto copper coins. Now, if you can redeem produce of Ma'aser Sheni on copper coins, legabe dava miboy, do we even need to say that you can redeem it on golden coins? Of course you can redeem it on golden coins, and therefore this would be a proof that according to Beis Shammai, you're allowed to redeem produce of Ma'aser Sheni on golden coins, and the only machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel was just redeeming from silver coins to golden coins. But the Gemara says it's not necessarily a proof, because Shani Prite, it's different when you're talking about prutos of copper prutos, Biasra Desagim, because in areas where they use those kind of coins, Charifi, so those coins actually do circulate well, and therefore just because you can use copper coins doesn't mean you'd be able to use golden coins. And Rashi explains, Haporet Selam Imos Ma'aser Sheni, if somebody exchanges, again, they have copper coins and they're putting it onto silver, Mishi Yeshlo Mos Nechosha Shel Ma'aser Sheni, the person has copper money, Uvola Forton Besela Kesef, and he wants to take that copper money of Ma'aser Sheni and he wants to put it onto a silver Sela, Lahalos Li Yerushalayim, he'll carry that to Yerushalayim, Memnei Masei Haderech, because it's heavy, he doesn't want to carry so many coins, he wants to put them onto the Sela. So you have a Machlokas Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai Omer B'chol HaSela Mos, Beis Shammai say the entire Sela should be exchanged in Bola Porton Yifrod Kulan. If you want to do that, do all of them. V'yitein Mos B'shvil Kol HaSela, you'll put enough copper that you'll exchange the copper fully for a Sela, and you'll take the Sela. Beis Hillel and Beis Hillel say Lo Yifrod Al Chetzion, you should only do half of them. That's the point here in terms of the Machlokas. Beis Hillel say that you should redeem half of them, but you should keep half of them as copper coins. The reason is Sha'prutos Yotzos B'Yerushalayim, because the prutos, that's going to be spent in Yerushalayim. He will need prutos in order to buy things for his meals. In other words, people use prutos in general to purchase when they get to Yerushalayim. Now, if everyone's going to exchange their copper for silver, and then they're going to get to Yerushalayim and exchange the silver back to copper, that's going to be problematic. If everyone's going to run to the money changer, Lifrot, in order to get prutos, Yokiru ha-prutos, that's going to cause the prutos to become more valuable. They're going to become essentially more expensive. V'nimtza Ma'aser Sheni nifsad, and what's going to end up happening is Ma'aser Sheni is going to lose out, because everyone's going to exchange their silver for copper, but they're not going to get a lot of copper. The copper is going to be more valuable, so Ma'aser Sheni essentially loses out. Lefikach Yisu Prutos Iman, that's why Beis Hillel is saying you have to carry some prutos. You redeem half of them, but keep half of them. Lahotzi b'mixas l'chashiyichlu yifrod hakesef shebiyad me'at mat. Then when you run out of prutos, you need to exchange more silver for prutos. That's what you're going to do. That's Beis Hillel's opinion, but everybody agrees that you were allowed to redeem the produce onto copper coins, and so that's why the Gemara brought its proof. From the fact that we're even talking about copper coins of Ma'aser Sheni, you see that you did redeem the produce onto these copper prutos. Is it even a question that you can do it onto golden coins to mechal and peros? Certainly you can be mechal or peros, you can redeem the produce onto golden coins. This is a refutation on the Amora that says that there's a machlokas when it comes to redeeming the peros onto golden dinarim. And again, then the Gemara said it's not necessarily a proof, because when it comes to copper coins, in areas where they circulate well. And the Gemara continues, Lishna Achrina Amrila, there's another version in terms of understanding what the Machlokas Rav Yochanan and Reish Lakish is within the Machlokas of Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel from the previous Amud, and that is as follows. Rav Yochanan and Reish Lakish, we have a Machlokas between Rav Yochanan and Reish Lakish. Chad Amar Machlokas B'Siloin Al Dinarim. One says, meaning either Rav Yochanan or Reish Lakish, one says that the Machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel is specifically if you're trying to redeem the silver coins onto the gold coins. The Beis Shammai Savri HaKesef Kesef Rishon. Beis Shammai hold that money, it's kesef rishon, it's the first money. You can do one redemption onto money. V'lo kesef sheni, you can't go from one kind of money to another kind of money. That's the real reason. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's specifically golden coins. It's that you can't redeem from coins onto coins. Beis Hillel Savrim, Beis Hillel hold hakesef. The pasuk says hakesef. That means kesef even means to say. It says hakesef. It's to include, to say you're even va'afilo kesef sheni. You're even allowed to do it on a second set of coins. You can redeem from coins onto coins. Avol peiros al dinarim, but according to this Amora's explanation, if you were to redeem the produce onto golden dinarim, divrei hakol mechalalin, and everybody would agree that's fine, you can do such a redemption, the akati kesef rishon, because it's still the first money that you are using. The Chad Amar, and the other one says, again, either Rabbi Yochanan or Reish Lakish, the other Amora says, af beperos al dinarin nami machlokas. The machlokas is even to do produce onto golden dinarim. That's a machlokas. Beis Shammai say that that's problematic, meaning to say that the golden coins in general, they're not considered to be like money, they're not like currency, and therefore it's problematic. And the Gemara continues within this version, Ulaman damar sloin al dinar machlokas, according to the one who says that there's a machlokas if you're going from silver onto gold, meaning to say the machlokas is by silver onto gold because it's kesef sheni. So adamiflagi besloin al dinarim. So instead of arguing about silver onto gold, liflagi besloin al sloin, I'll have a much simpler machlokas. Argue about silver onto silver, because the whole issue is it kesef rishon velo kesef sheni, or is it afilu kesef sheni? If the whole machlokas Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel just has to do with, again, according to this understanding, has to do with kesef rishon, kesef sheni, or kesef rishon and not kesef sheni, they should argue about silver onto silver. And the Gemara said to that, well, if the machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel took place by silver coins onto silver coins, so havamina hanimili besloin al sloin. So I would think by silver onto silver, this is what I would think, that by silver onto silver, that's going to be true. Avol besloin al dinarim, but if it's silver onto gold, modulu Beis Hillel Beis Shammai dedav lagabe kasva pirahava. I might think that Beis Hillel admit to Beis Shammai that gold relative to silver is considered like produce velo mechalalinon, and you're not allowed to redeem. So kamash malon. So that's why it's to teach us that Beis Hillel is saying no, that even on gold, that's not going to be a problem because the gold is considered to be currency. And Rashi explains hakesef, again the pasuk says hakesef, vitzarta hakesef alach, that says that you're going to take the money and you're going to go, and what that means is kesef rishon shechilalta peros aleim atatzarech lotzer biyodcho leholech. That first kesef, which you redeem the produce on that kesef, you need to take that money and take it to Yerushalayim. Velo shetachal oso kesef al kesef acher, you shouldn't take that money and redeem it onto other money. The way that Rashi is understanding the drasha, since it says hakesef alachta, you need to immediately take that kesef to Yerushalayim, you can't redeem it again. That's how he understands the drasha. And then the other opinion, the opinion of Beis Hillel was hakesef kesef riba. It says hakesef, and that's an inclusion. That refers to kesef yisera ksib parsha. According to Beis Hillel, it says kesef twice in the parsha. It says it an extra time. That comes to include even kesef sheni. And then the other Amora says af beperos al dinar machlokas. The machlokas is even to redeem produce onto golden coins. According to that version, v'taima de Beis Shammai mishum de dava piruhu. The reason of Beis Shammai would be because the gold is considered to be like produce. V'lo mischalo la meiser, you can't redeem the meiser onto golden coins. It would have nothing to do with kesef sheni, according to that version. Rather, it would be because the golden coins are considered to be like produce. And Rashi continues, Uleman damra bisloin al dinar in dafka pligi. According to the one who says they're only arguing about silver coins onto golden coins, meaning it's only an issue of kesef sheni. V'taima de Beis Shammai mishum kesef sheni have. And the reason of Beis Shammai is because it's kesef sheni. V'lo mishum de dava piru. It's not because golden coins are considered like produce. So instead of arguing by silver onto gold, sheyesh litos v'lomar, because then you can make a mistake and say that maybe the reason is because golden coins, Beis Shammai say, is like produce. It would be better to argue by silver on silver. If it's both silver, then you'd understand that Beis Shammai is saying it's a problem by kesef sheni. And the Gemara said to that, if that would have been the machlokas havamina besloin al sloin who did polig Beis Hillel alayu the less lo kesef rishon velo kesef sheni, I would say that Beis Hillel is specifically arguing by silver on silver because there Beis Hillel say that it's not a problem of kesef sheni. They don't think kesef sheni is a problem. Aval besloin al dinar name modulu, but you might think that Beis Hillel would say silver on gold is a problem. The lo mischli, it's not going to be redeemed. Mishum de dava pirahu, because the golden coins are considered to be like produce. So kamash malan, that's why the machlokas Beis Shammai Beis Hillel is specifically by silver onto gold. And the Gemara continues within this version, Tashma, coming here a proof from the following Mishnah Meseches Meiser Sheni. Haporet selashal Meiser Sheni b'Yerushalayim. If somebody's exchanging a silver coin, he's already in Yerushalayim, he wants to exchange the silver for copper. Beis Shammai omer b'chol haselamos. Beis Shammai say that he exchanges the entire silver coin totally for copper coins. Ubeis Hillel omer, and Beis Hillel say b'shekel kesef b'shekel mos. He does 1 shekel of silver and 1 shekel of the copper coins. And we'll see Rashi in a moment, but the Gemara now brings its proof. Hashta kaspa lagabe prite mechalalinan. If we're talking according to Beis Shammai that you're allowed to redeem redeem silver into copper, v'lo amrin, and we don't say kesef rishon v'lo kesef sheni. We don't say that it's a problem of kesef sheni in this situation. So legabe dava, so if we're talking about with regards to golden coins, to chashav mine, which are more important, mi amrin on kesef rishon v'lo kesef sheni, would we say it's a problem of kesef rishon and not kesef sheni? You see that there is no such problem. Again, this version understood the machlokas Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel to be about kesef rishon v'lo kesef sheni. That doesn't seem to be an issue according to this Mishnah. And Rashi explains, Hachigarsinan haporet sela shel meiser sheni b'Yerushalayim shal yamachlef sloim shebiyadu, meaning he has these silver slime in his hands, and he wants to exchange them in notel prutos. He wants instead copper prutos, loetziam letzorche seudas meiser. He's going to use that money to buy the meals. Again, this is the seudas meiser, the meals from the meiser sheni. And again, this is slightly different from what the Mishnah we had above. This is talking about in Yerushalayim, silver to copper. Beis Shammai omrim im balahachlef kol aslein shebiyadu b'mos yachlef. Beis Shammai, he says he can exchange all the silver for copper prutos. But Beis Hillel say lo yachlef elachetz, and he should only do half of them. Shema lo yisha b'ir. The concern over here is maybe he won't really stay in the city at sheyotzi school, and he won't have enough time to spend all of them. V'yafkid b'ir ad regel acher. So then he's going to deposit it in the city. He'll wait till the next holiday. V'haprutos mesafshos. In the meantime, the prutos are going to go bad. They'll be ruined over that amount of time. V'im yachzer v'yachlifim b'sloim. And then if he tries to re-exchange them for silver, nimtza shulchani mistaker shtei pa'amim. Now the shulchani is going to profit twice, or Meiser Sheni Nifsad, and Meiser Sheni is going to lose out. In any case, the point of the question is, don't you see here clearly from this Mishnah that there is no issue of Kesef Sheni, according to Beis Shammai? And the Gemara says to that, Amar Rava, Rava says, Yerushalayim kamosaf. You're asking a question. This is a totally different context. This is an exchange being done already in Yerushalayim. Shani Yerushalayim, it's different when you're exchanging the money in Yerushalayim. It says you take the money and you buy whatever you want with it, babakaru, vatso, and the cattle and the sheep. The point is, once you're using the money in Yerushalayim, there is no such restriction. It could be there's a restriction of Kesef Sheni. That's talking about when you redeem the produce onto money, then you want to redeem the money onto other money and carry it to Yerushalayim. That's what we were talking about. This has no relevance. But the Gemara continues, Tashma, coming here a proof from the following Mishnah in Meseches Meiser Sheni. This is the Mishnah we brought above, a similar Mishnah. Haporet selam imos Meiser Sheni. Let's say you want to redeem, this is going in the other direction. You want to take the copper money and turn it into silver money. As we said above, Beis Shammai yomer b'chol haselamos. Beis Shammai say that you can do the entire amount. You can do all of the copper and exchange it to silver. Or Beis Hillel yomer, Beis Hillel say b'shekel kesef b'shekel mos. You can do half of it as silver and half of it as copper, and this we explained above. But over here it is clear that everybody agrees there is no problem of Kesef Sheni. That's obvious. Rashi says, Tashma mehikamai, so the lo ma'iri b'Yerushalayim. It's not talking about Yerushalayim in this Mishnah. The ma'achle prutos v'notel sela, and you're taking the copper coins and you're exchanging them into silver coins. There's no problem. It's not an issue at all of Kesef Sheni. And so the Gemara says, Ela rather the kulial mahakesef kesef riba. Everybody agrees it says kesef a second time. It means to include. V'afilu Kesef Sheni, it means to say even Kesef Sheni, that's not a problem. And therefore, Ela itmar to Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, and if you are going to have a machlokas between Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish, this is actually what was stated as the machlokas. Chadam machlokas besloin al dinar, and one says the machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel is talking about from the silver coins onto the golden coins. The Beis Shammai savri gazrina, because Beis Shammai hold we make a gezerah, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Hey Amid Beis.